Hey guys, welcome to the video today. Day 6. Our consistency has been really good. And so today is day 6. We're going to be talking about sales and closing and their role in relation to your startup. Stay tuned.
I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot.
When you have a startup, you're going to have to be selling all the time. All the time. The first person you're going to have to close, who do you think that is? That's yourself. You're going to have to sell yourself on the idea that you can actually execute the startup because you're going to go through a lot of difficulties and a lot of challenges. You need to be sold on yourself that you can actually do this. And so the first person you're going to learn to sell and close is you. But next up, you're going to need some teammates, some co-founders. You cannot do everything alone. That is impossible. You're going to need to have some people that believe in you and your project. And for that, you're going to need to sell yourself to them. And you're going to need to sell your startup to them, right? So these people are going to be the core participants that help you achieve your dreams. And you're going to need to sell them. Third, you're going to need to sell your customers. Now, you're not going to sell yourself anymore, but you're going to sell your product, right? What's the value proposition? What problem am I solving if you guys don't know this app, right? So you're going to need to learn how to sell your product, have taglines. Your brand is going to be built around the way you're going to sell the product. So selling happens in a lot of different places and ways. What else? Investors. You're going to have to sell investors, and this is the most important part to scale up your startup and to get the ball actually moving. And this is one of the obstacle points that few people pass. If you were to put milestone on creating a startup, I would put the first milestone as having a great idea, the second milestone as creating a solid business plan, the third milestone as creating a solid prototype, and the fourth as getting an investor. These would be your first milestones that you want to focus on and to try to hit them one by one until you have a prototype, an investor, and a team. You're not building the team at a certain stage. You're constantly building the team. You're constantly bringing people in, bringing them out. You're going to bring people in and there is not a fit and you're going to have to put them out the team. And sometimes you're going to bring somebody that you didn't think was good and they turn out to be your best A player, right? So recruiting is going to happen throughout the process, and we're actually going to do a video tomorrow about recruiting, so stay tuned for that. When it comes to sales, there's one core tip: practice. You have to practice selling. You have to practice getting your word tracks right. What I would recommend personally is getting a sales coach. Me, what I do, I bought my sales course that I follow, and it's just going to tremendously speed up your process of learning sales. You could learn it with free content. You could find somebody close to you that is good at sales. But my personal advice would be to get an actual sales course with somebody you relate with and grind it out and take notes. If you're ever looking to level up your sales game, look at the link in the description from my boy Andy Elliott. He's the one that gave me the motivation to start this YouTube channel in the first place, and he's been tremendously changing my life over the time I've been interacting with him. So if this is something that's interesting to you, look in the description below and there'll be a link for you to join in the course with me. Hey guys, we just finished a video on sales from Andy Elliott where we learned about the whole process from sales to close. First, the introduction. This is where you greet the person that you're just getting in contact with, most of the time a stranger. The important part is going to be threefold. First, hi. Infectious energy. Raising your hand, giving a handshake. Hi, my name is Mikael. How can I help you today? Right? Infectious energy, confidence, and a great perspective, right? Second, you gotta have a delusional belief that everybody's a buyer. Everybody will close. Everybody wants to buy, will buy, can buy, right? Number 3, you gotta master the stranger. You're gonna meet a lot of people in your life that you've never met, and you gotta become really sharp at quickly meeting a stranger and creating rapport with them. Second, creating the gap. So the intro was the first category, now creating the gap is the second category. To create the gap, this is a space into the interaction where you're going to get to create rapport with the person in front of you by asking questions like, hey, where do you come from? Oh, that's awesome, man. I've been there before. It's a beautiful place. By the way, why are you here today? What are you looking for? right? Oh, these are your kids? Oh, that's beautiful. What's their name? Awesome, man. You got more kids, or this is the whole family right here, right? Just creating a rapport. This is a space where you slow the sale down, you're creating a gap, and you're creating massive rapport with the other person. 3, fact find. You got to get to know what the person is looking for. Let's say you're selling a course about personal development. You got to ask, all right, what is it that you're struggling with in your growth right now? Is it your confidence? Is it your sales? Is it your creativity? Is it your discipline? Fact finding to understand what is the person's needs. 4, presenting the product. This is where you raise your state and you communicate to the person that the problems that they have, you have the solution for. And you communicate that by raising your energy and transferring that to the other person. And finally, 5, closing. This is where you move the sale forward. Closing can be difficult for some people, but the important part is don't take it too serious, all right? Remember that you're doing this person a favor, that you're helping them help themselves. They have a problem and you have a solution, and it is your job to make sure that they spend the money to solve their problem with you. Remember, money justification, right? A lot of people, when they spend a lot of money, they're going to want to doubt themselves in the end to avoid spending a lot of money. And you're going to have to use money justification to remind them of the obstacles they have and the value proposition you're bringing to them to be able to close them effectively.
So sweet and you're so goddamn fine. Oh, I wanna